Talk about life and what you're preaching. Family tales and where you're going. Truths you need without the sugar coating. On the mic, yeah, they won't falter. Advice they give like a sacred altar. Stories real, you can't ignore them. Light and dark, they always explore them. Young blood's here for you, with wisdom old and questions new. Tune in now and you will see. Life's a mess, but side by side we're free.
What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. We're back at it again. I got some emails, got some pretty good ones here. So, I kind of filtered through some of them. I've been trying to get very good at picking out the ones where people are just kind of making up crap. Because I get a few of those. And then now, if you're not making up crap, I'll get to you. I've got a lot of emails in my email box. Sadly, I actually just deleted a whole bunch of them. I like to keep them, but the problem is keeping them and filling up an email box, it tends to be a problem. So got to make it where it's available for everybody to reach in and call in, and not call in, but email in. I mean, people can call in if they want. It doesn't bother me. I've got the phone number. I haven't really broadcast that much. Kind of saving that off to the side a little bit, but because we're changing the schedules of things a little bit, but that's okay. So anyway, let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing started. Hey, Devin, lately I've been trying to get my life together. Eating better, staying focused, saving money, and just being more intentional with my time. But every time I tell my friends I can't go out drinking or hit the bars, I feel this weird guilt. They make little comments like you've changed, or come on, it's just one night. And even though I know I'm making the right choice for myself, I end up feeling like the bad guy, like I'm letting people down just for choosing a different path. Why is this so hard? Why is it so hard to say no without feeling guilty? And how do you keep your boundaries when everyone around you seems to want the old version of you back? Thanks, Jordan in Sacramento. All right, Jordan, here's the deal. I look at this as personal accountability, and I look at this as personal development, and I look at this as the simple thing is, what is your potential? Now, I saw a video not too long ago. I can't remember what the video was about, just kind of scrolling through Instagram and things like that, and I wish I could remember who it was and who said it. But essentially, in the video, it showed the main guy, which is who was talking. He says, I looked at it as I had a conversation with myself. Now, some of you guys may all know that this person, who this person is, but essentially it came down to, he's like, I had a conversation with myself, and in that conversation, I asked the question of, what is my potential? And he's like, well, it's 100%. If I can get 100% of my potential, I want to reach that 100%. But he's like, there is no wrong answer here. It just depends on what I want. And so, it was John Mayer. That's exactly what just came to me real quick. So it's John Mayer, and I'm going to quote this wrong, but essentially it's the same thing. Essentially, he says, "What is my potential? What I want 100% of my potential. Do I want 60%? Do I want 40%? Or it really depends on what the person wants." And this stuck out to me because it's like, what is our potential? If your friends are out drinking every night and they're giving you a hard time, are they reaching their potential? Well, John Mayer, for himself, he said no. He's like, listen, my potential is I cut out drinking because I wanted to reach 100% my potential. He says I was fine with living on an airplane all the time. I was in 2 bands. I did 4 tours, all those types of things. And he's like, if I was out drinking every night, then would I be able to fulfill and reach my potential of 100%? I'm going to tell you, probably not. So, as far as your friends are concerned, they're not on the same level as you. They wanted to go out and do things. The thing is, and it's okay. You can go party it up. Does it set you back in personal goals and in life goals? Yeah, it can. It totally can set you back. To make things a little bit harder for you, and make your life not as functioning as it could be. But if you could sit there and you can say, hey, you know what? I deserve better. I want to make my life that much more better in the future. Then I'm going to change certain little things. And if it means you're not hanging out and drinking with your friends, do it. Because you're on a different level. A lot of times your friends can hold you back. A lot of times your friends are there and they just want, as you said, they want the old you. They like the old version of you, and that they're like, well, you've changed. Well, heck yeah, you've changed. You deserve better. You recognize that you needed to be better in your life, and you've done it. Don't feel guilty about that. If you can't always be on the same page as your friends, and especially when it's something that you know that you deserve to do better and you need to do right, don't feel bad. You are improving yourself. You're making your life that much better. You're making your life where you can function and do the things that you want it to be like, because you have certain goals. Don't ever feel bad about that. Never feel bad about that. If you do, you're setting yourself up. You're doing an injustice to yourself. You're setting yourself back. If you have financial goals that you want to reach, you're never going to reach those, or it's going to take longer. I mean, length of time when it comes to goals, that's totally up to you. I like to knock goals out and say, boom, done, boom, done. But a lot of times I can't always get all those goals. Those are the small goals. I set my goals up in different aspects of life. I'll do big goals. I'll do little goals. I mix it all up. So, because if you don't set goals, you're not achieving anything. You have to have, I like to know that and acknowledge that I've got something going on and something that's happening like it should be. So anyway, Jordan, I'm going to tell you right now, you're doing the right thing. Live your life how you want it to be lived when it comes to your progress and being better. If friends feel like they're holding you back, or you're holding them back, or you don't want to hang out with them anymore, doesn't matter. Spend time with friends, make time for your friends, but it doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Do what's right for you, for your goals of things that you want to do, because life is too short. And you need to be able to get what you would like to get out of life as quick as possible and keep on going. All right. Hey, Devin, my boyfriend just broke up with me out of nowhere, and I'm honestly struggling to process it. 1 minute, everything felt fine. Maybe not perfect, but I thought we were okay. Then suddenly he said he needed space, and I wasn't feeling and he wasn't feeling it anymore. And now I'm just here trying to figure out what went wrong. It's hard to not blame myself. Was I too much? Not enough? I keep replaying every conversation, every moment, wondering what I missed. Everyone keeps telling me I'll be fine, and it happens. But none of that helps when my heart is cracking wide open. How do I start moving on when you didn't see it coming? And how do I let go of someone who clearly let go of you first? Thanks, Savannah from Raleigh, North Carolina. Savannah, I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, I'm sorry that your boyfriend dumped you, and I'm going to say this. This is something I firmly believe. First of all, when it comes to breakups, you're never prepared for it. Unless you're paying attention and you really see it coming and you weren't even invested in the relationship. If you're not, or if they're not really invested in the relationship, or you're too invested in the relationship and you're not on the same page, you won't see it coming. That being said, as I've told my daughters, do not worry about a young man that doesn't see your value. Plain and simple. This is about value, and this is about worth. You are worth it. You have value. But if a young man doesn't see that value, that's on him. Secondly, I'm sure you want to be with the guy, but here's the thing. Why would you want to force him to be with you if he doesn't want to be with you? Let him go. Let go of it. Remember the good times. Forget the bad times. Move on. Learn from it. And this may sound harsh, but move on. If he didn't care that much about you and he broke off for whatever reason it was, don't blame yourself. Think about it as this way. You dodged a bullet. Seriously. If someone doesn't see your value and they can't see what you become, what they can't see what you offer to them and they're missing all that completely, you don't need that. You're going to be fine. It's going to hurt. Just like I've told my daughters, it's going to hurt because you cared about them. That's what life is. But it's okay. It's going to be fine. I promise you. May not be tomorrow, may not be the next day, but it will get better. Don't stress about it. You're going to be completely fine. I promise you. Breakups are hard. You know, breakups are one of those things that people, there's no good way to do it. I mean, there's no good way to take it. Because one person typically is usually, when it's in a relationship like that, one person is typically invested a little bit more than the other. And you have to complement each other, and you have to be able to build off of that. And you have to be able to make sure that the things that you one thing, everything that you deserve, you should be getting. Everything they deserve, they should be getting. That means when you're in a relationship, you're doing for the other person all the things that you know that they need, and you're taking care of those needs, and they're doing the same thing. There is no 50-50. Anyone that says marriage or relationships is 50-50, they're so full of crap, it's ridiculous. It is simple. It is straightforward. It's 100-100, and you put in 100%. Now, if I'm lacking and I'm not at 100%, and I'm only given, say, 60%, my wife's still giving 100. So she helps me. She builds me up. She makes me better. That's the reality when it comes to that. Same thing with her. If she's lacking and I build her up. Now, if we're both lacking and it's a rough day, what do? We just love each other. And honestly, sometimes when it comes to a relationship, you just need to give each other space too. The thing is, when it comes to any relationship, you got to know when it's cool to hang out. You also got to know when they need their space. You also got to know, when she's hungry, which most guys can figure that one out pretty easy. And you just give her some food, and it makes it better. And they do the same thing for us. Reality is, relationships are always something that takes work. Relationship is something that takes more work than anything else. When you go away to your job, you do your job, you do it, you come home, you're done. But when it comes to relationship, that is something that you always have to work on, and it never stops. That job will always be there. If you're doing it right, you're always going to be working your butt off to make sure that relationship is great, and your person is taken care of. That's the reality. So again, Savannah, I'm sorry, but I promise you, you are worth it. Don't dwell on this. Move forward and forget about it. Remember the good times. Apply those same things to your next relationship of the good things that you did, and learn to move forward and make better things. That's all you got to do. You'll be okay. Got an email from Kelsey from Charlotte. Hey, Devin, I love my kids more than anything, but parenting is wearing me down. I feel like I'm constantly pouring from an empty cup, trying to be patient, supportive, present, but I'm running on fumes most days. There are moments I lose my temper, moments I cry in the bathroom just to get a break, and moments I wonder if I'm doing any of this right. I see other parents who seem to have it all and seem to have it all together. I can't help but feel like I'm failing. I don't want to resent this season of my life, but it's so hard to enjoy it when I'm always exhausted and second guessing myself. How do I keep showing up when it feels like you're giving everything and still falling short? Sincerely, Kelsey from Charlotte. Kelsey, sorry. Hit a little home with me. I'm going to tell you right now, raising kids is one of the most amazing, most fulfilling, ridiculously hard things a parent will ever do. I don't see if you're married or not. If you are married, you need to have him help you out. And if he's not willing to help you out, you need to find some help. And if he's not helping you out, that's sad for two. But if you're doing this on your own, you need your village. You need to find people that can help you. You need a break. Now, one thing that will help is stop thinking that you're a failure. You're a good mom. If you're doing these things and you're supporting your kids and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, yeah, you're going to run on fumes. It's going to be hard. You're going to cry. You're going to struggle. It's difficult. Raising kids is one of the most fulfilling hardships you'll ever do in your life. I remember each one of my kids when they came into this earth, when they were born. I remember holding them for the first time, knowing I would do anything there was to protect them. And now here I am in my stage of life where I'm 47 years old. I have adult children now that don't really need me that much. But they still call. They still communicate. They still talk to me. But the hardest part is when you have an adult child that doesn't talk to you, that blames you for everything. And we've done nothing wrong. I know there's going to be the naysayers out there saying that you guys must have screwed up as parents. There are things that we probably could have changed. But as your children grow up into being adults, they have to make adult decisions. And then they either take responsibility for their own actions or they pawn it off and blame on other people. That's where this is. If you do your job as a parent and you take care of those kids, you make sure their needs are covered, not their wants. Their needs are covered. You've done your job. That's the reality. Yes, I'll tell you, I blame myself a lot for our wayward son. And I think back, what could I have done differently? But I tell you, the things that he's struggling with are on him. We're here for him. We're here to talk to him when he wants to talk. We're here if he needs something, but we can't fix his problems. Only he can. And I'm telling you right now, you may feel like you're falling short. That will probably never, ever go away as a parent. Because if you truly love your kids, there's always going to be something that you're like, man, I wish I could have done this better or this different. That will never, ever go away. But what will stand there is if you can sit back and you see your children and you see them progressing and you see them doing the things that they're the quiet things, and you see those quiet things being shown out loud. That's when you know you're doing your job right. When you have other parents come to you and they tell you that they were so happy that your child is being so kind, or they say yes ma'am or no ma'am or yes or no sir, those types of things, those are the things that stick out. So I'm telling you, Kelsey, keep doing it. Keep fighting it. You're going to always be tired. Always. Our 18-year-old son came home from his spring break, and he went with some friends down to St. George, Utah, and he calls us and says, hey, it's snowing pretty bad. We're thinking about stopping and trying to get a hotel or whatever. And then I made a suggestion, go to my sister's house because it's about in between here and there. I said, you stop there and sleep there. And she was no problem with that. Then he called and says, nope, we're just going to push through. You're never going to get enough sleep. I was up till 2:00 that morning until he showed up at the house, came in, went to bed. Those days will never, ever end. My mom, up until she died, she would stay up late worrying about different things that she knew was going on in all of our lives. Out of all my 7 of us, me and my 6 siblings, if there was something going on in our lives, my mom would stay up and worry. So I'm telling you, being a parent will never stop. It's always going to be there and it never ends. But if you do your part, it will be okay. All right, let's do one more. Hey, Devin, I've been watching the world lately, and I honestly don't recognize it anymore. It feels like people are becoming mindless, just following whatever's trending without asking a single question. Like the whole thing with people keying Teslas. Really? That's the new wave of rebellion? Damaging someone else's property because you saw it on TikTok? Since when did destruction of since when did destructive and ignorant become a badge of honor? It's like common sense, critical thinking, and even basic decency have taken a back seat to fitting in. People would rather be accepted by strangers online than actually stand for something meaningful. And if you suddenly question the herd mentality, suddenly you're the problem. Are we raising a generation of followers who think viral equals truth? How do we pull people back from this mental laziness before it becomes the new normal? Frustrated Marcus in St. Louis. Marcus, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, so if you look back and you think about it, a few years ago, the big push was everybody needs an electric car. Everybody needs to buy themselves a Tesla. Everybody needs to do all this stuff because it's going to save the environment. And now, just because Elon Musk is part of the Doge program for our government, running it actually, that they sit there and they go, well, because of this, we hate Teslas. What the crap are you thinking, people? I mean, I'm going to say it. Quit being idiots. It is not okay to burn down or destroy other people's property. Whether it's on the car lot, you're going to go to jail. Whether it's on someone's private if I spent money and bought myself a Tesla, and you come to key my car or kick it or whatever, first of all, you're an idiot. Because that car has multiple cameras on it, 7 or 8, if not more, and it's filming every second. So not only is it getting your face, it's getting what you drive off in, and gets where you're going into the store. You're going to get caught. It's as you said it, Marcus. There is no common sense. People are just mindlessly following an agenda, whether it's set up by the media or whoever's out there that's doing this, or they just think it's something that's cool. Stop it. Seriously. Do the right thing. If you disagree with your politicians and you don't like the way it's done, don't do something that's going to be destructive to someone else that you don't even know. Don't do something that's going to hurt someone else that you don't even know. Don't do something that's going to hurt someone that you do know. If you don't like the way politics are done, change it. Run for office. Seriously, make it better on your own. It's that simple. Do the right thing no matter what, even if it's going to hurt you, not someone else. That's the biggest thing, the biggest lesson I try to teach my kids is do the right thing no matter what, even if it's going to hurt you. That means tell the truth, not your truth. Your truth is BS. Anyone that says your truth, if that's even a thing now, you're an idiot. I'm going to say it. You're dumb. Because there is truth and there is not truth. I don't have a truth that's better than someone else's. I have either the truth or I have the non-truth. It's that simple. Stop acting out like you're a fool, because that's the only thing that you will be. I have some people that I know, their children have to pretend that they don't like Teslas now because their mother has decided that the Tesla is bad. First of all, probably one of the safest cars I've ever been in a car wreck in. Yes, I got a hit in the head pretty bad with a bad concussion. Caused me to lose some memory, But if it wasn't for that type of vehicle, I would probably be dead, because the young man that T-boned me was doing 65 miles an hour and his car was destroyed. But that Tesla held up and I was surprisingly not dead. So I'm going to tell you, if you got a problem with Elon Musk, write him a letter. Sure, he won't read it. Who cares? If you have a problem with the way our government's being ran, run for office. Take care of things, but stop being destructive. Stop teaching your kids that you have to hate something because you think it's wrong. Teach them why it is wrong and let them make their decision on themselves. Don't have it where they have to pretend that they have to like something. They have to not like something just because it's the flavor of the week. This tends to be a very liberal thing to do, is you have a flavor of the week of something that we need to protest and be mad about. Fix your life first. I'm going to say it. Anyway, Marcus, the reality is the only fix for this is to do the right thing. The only fix for this is we just have to teach our kids to do the right thing. Even if it goes against something we honestly don't like. If the right thing contradicts what the things that you do, then you're doing the wrong stuff. You got to fix your life. Don't justify it. Stop changing and lowering your standards to be part of the cool crowd. Keep your standards. I would rather be the guy that's doing the right thing and have all the people pointing their finger at me and saying, "Whoa, you're an idiot because you're doing this, and we feel like this is right." I'd rather be the oddball out because it's the right thing than to be with the crowd and be slaughtered by the masses. Do the right thing. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the emails. Keep them coming in. I will get to you. I know there's about a couple hundred of them. I deleted about 150 of them the other morning. I know there's more than that in there. I'll get you a phone call number soon. I have it, just haven't really used it. I've actually broadcast it so people could call in. But yeah, let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything you do. Go check out the Young Bloods Anchored In on YouTube. Please do that. That's if you want to know what we're like and what we're doing and our plans for the future and like the family side of the vlog stuff, that's the YouTube channel you go check out. Thank you for jumping in on this. Thank you for listening to this. Keep them coming again. Appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later.
Life's a mess, but side by side we'll